Emmerdale viewers have been stunned after discovering Andrew Scarborough appeared on a competing soap more than 20 years ago. The actor first arrived on the program in 2017, playing Graham Foster, a character who wasted no time stirring up trouble in the village. His character was believed to have been murdered in 2020 by Pierce Harris, Jonathan Rather, the violent former partner of Rona Goskirk, Zoe Henry, with whom Graham had just started a romance. Yet this January's Corriedale episode revealed that Graham had actually survived and had been keeping a low profile for years. His reappearance in the village has caused quite a stir, particularly for his former flame Kim Tate, Claire King, and Joe Tate, Ned Porteous, for whom Graham had served as both legal guardian and father figure, reports the Daily Star. During Friday's installment, January 30, Kim was furious upon discovering that Joe had permitted Graham to reside at her property, Home Farm. Nevertheless, following some sensible advice from Joe's partner Dawn, Olivia Bromley, Kim relented and allowed Graham to remain. While Graham is undoubtedly poised to create further upheaval on Emmerdale, it appears actor Andrew is well-versed in soap opera roles. Fans have recently uncovered his previous stint on ITV's Coronation Street, leaving them delighted by the discovery. Andrew featured on the Manchester-based soap from September 2000 to August 2001, portraying factory proprietor and interim underworld manager Harvey Rubin. Recently, a throwback photograph of Andrew during his Coronation Street days surfaced on an Emmerdale Facebook fan page. The caption read, "One for the ladies, lol, Andrew Scarborough as Harvey in Corrie, lol." It's safe to say numerous admirers were left rather taken, with one saying, "Definitely ages like fine wine." Another posted, "No way." A third wrote, "More handsome now than back then. I love Graham and his sexy voice." Another fan said, "He's certainly matured very well." Speaking about Graham's unexpected resurrection, Andrew previously said, "I never expected it at all, although saying that, I did think that Graham always had a possibility of coming back." Regarding maintaining secrecy about his comeback from loved ones, the 52-year-old Andrew confessed, "Oh yes, it's been a big secret, and I kept it mostly quiet from my family, which was tricky." He went on to disclose whom he'd told, explaining, "Oh yes, just a limited few, certainly. It is on one hand. In fact, I had some cousins who contacted me after it was shown, saying, 'You sod!'" Emmerdale viewers are still reeling after a jaw-dropping revelation that has sent shockwaves through the village and delighted
down the country.
fans.
Not only has Graham Foster dramatically returned from the dead in one of the show's most talked-about twists in years, but fans have also uncovered a surprising piece of soap history involving the actor behind the character, Andrew Scarborough. What began as a dramatic comeback storyline has quickly snowballed into a full-blown fan obsession, blending nostalgia, shock, and admiration for an actor who has quietly built an impressive soap legacy over more than 2 decades. Graham Foster, the man who changed Emmerdale. Andrew Scarborough first arrived in Emmerdale in 2017 as the enigmatic Graham Foster. From the moment he set foot in the Yorkshire Dales, Graham was a man surrounded by mystery. Cool, calculated, and often morally ambiguous, he wasted no time stirring up trouble among the villagers. Graham's past was shadowy, his motives rarely clear, and his presence unsettling. Yet, as time went on, viewers began to see layers beneath the hard exterior. His complicated relationships, particularly with Kim Tate and Joe Tate, revealed a man capable of loyalty, protectiveness, and even love. Perhaps his most unexpected romance was with Rona Goskirk, played by Zoe Henry. Their relationship offered a softer side to Graham, suggesting he might have finally found some peace. But in true Emmerdale fashion, happiness was short-lived. A brutal death that shocked viewers. In 2020, Graham was believed to have been murdered by Pierce Harris, the violent and manipulative ex-partner of Rona. The storyline was harrowing, culminating in scenes that left viewers convinced Graham's chapter had come to a brutal end. Pierce was eventually jailed, and Graham was mourned as yet another casualty of the show's dark and dramatic history. For fans, it felt final. Graham Foster was gone. Or so they thought. The Corriedale twist no one saw coming. Fast forward to January's explosive Corriedale episode, and Emmerdale pulled off a twist that few viewers saw coming. In a stunning reveal, it emerged that Graham Foster had not died at all. He had survived the attack and spent years living under the radar, deliberately keeping a low profile. The revelation left fans stunned. Social media erupted within minutes as viewers scrambled to process what they had just seen. How had Graham survived? Why had he stayed away so long? And what did his return mean for those he left behind? The answers, it seems, are only just beginning to unfold. A return that shakes Home Farm. Graham's reappearance has caused immediate upheaval, particularly at Home Farm. His return has deeply unsettled Kim Tate, played by Claire King, whose complicated history with Graham is riddled with power struggles, manipulation, and unresolved feelings. Adding fuel to the fire is Joe Tate, portrayed by Ned Porteous. Graham had acted as both a legal guardian and father figure to Joe, shaping much of the man he became. Their bond is deep, but far from simple. During the January 30th episode, Kim was furious to discover that Joe had allowed Graham to stay at Home Farm without her knowledge. For Kim, this felt like a betrayal, not just of her authority, but of her trust. However, after some calm and measured advice from Joe's partner, Dawn Taylor, played by Olivia Bromley, Kim reluctantly agreed to let Graham remain. It was a decision made with clenched teeth, and viewers can already sense that this uneasy truce won't last long. More trouble on the horizon. With Graham back in the village, fans are bracing themselves for more drama. His very presence threatens to reopen old wounds, reignite unresolved conflicts, and expose secrets that were meant to stay buried. Emmerdale has made it clear that Graham's return is not just a nostalgic nod to the past, but a storyline with serious consequences. Old alliances will be tested, loyalties questioned, and the power dynamics at Home Farm could shift dramatically. Fans discover Andrew Scarborough's earlier appearance on a rival ITV soap more than 20 years ago.
Before he became the brooding Graham Foster, Andrew starred in Coronation Street from September 2000 to August 2001. He played Harvey Rubin, a factory proprietor and interim manager at the iconic Underworld factory. The revelation has delighted soap fans, many of whom had no idea the Emmerdale star once walked the cobbles of Weatherfield. A throwback that set social media alight. The discovery gained traction after a throwback photo of Andrew from his Coronation Street days surfaced on an Emmerdale Facebook fan page. The caption read, "One for the ladies, LOL, Andrew Scarborough as Harvey in Corrie, LOL." The response was instant and enthusiastic. Fans flooded the comments with admiration and disbelief. One wrote, "Definitely ages like fine wine." Another exclaimed, "No way," while a third added, "More handsome now than back then. I love Graham and his sexy voice." Others echoed similar sentiments, with one admirer stating, "He certainly matured very well." The reaction highlighted not only Andrew's enduring appeal, but also the affection viewers have developed for him across different eras of British soap. Andrew Scarborough on Graham's resurrection. Speaking previously about Graham's shock return, Andrew admitted that even he hadn't expected such a dramatic twist. "I never expected it at all," he revealed, although saying that, "I did think that Graham always had a possibility of coming back." The actor explained that Graham was a character with too much unfinished business to be completely written off, and that sense of possibility lingered even after his supposed death. Keeping the secret. Perhaps one of the most impressive feats was Andrew's ability to keep Graham's return a secret, even from those closest to him. "Oh yes, it's been a big secret," the 52-year-old confessed, "and I kept it mostly quiet from my family, which was tricky." He admitted that only a very small number of people knew the truth before the episode aired. "Just a limited few certainly is on one hand," he said. "In fact, I had some cousins who contacted me after it was shown, saying, 'You sod.'" The secrecy added to the shock value of the reveal, making Graham's return all the more impactful. A career built on quiet consistency. Andrew Scarborough may not always be at the center of tabloid headlines, but his career speaks for itself. With roles on both Coronation Street and Emmerdale, he's carved out a reputation as a dependable and compelling performer. His portrayal of Graham Foster showcased his ability to balance menace with vulnerability, making the character both feared and strangely sympathetic. Now, with Graham back on screen, fans are eager to see what lies ahead, not just for the character, but for the actor who brings him to life. What comes next for Graham Foster? As Emmerdale continues to unravel the mystery of Graham's survival, viewers can expect revelations, confrontations, and emotional reckonings. Why did Graham stay away so long? Who helped him disappear? And how will the villagers react when the full truth comes out? One thing is certain, Graham Foster's return is far from a quiet one. With old flames reigniting, old grudges resurfacing, and secrets threatening to explode, Emmerdale is once again proving why it remains one of Britain's most gripping soaps. For fans old and new, Graham's resurrection and Andrew Scarborough's surprising soap past have combined to create a storyline that's equal parts shocking, nostalgic, and utterly irresistible. And as the drama unfolds, viewers can be sure of one thing: the Dales will never be the same again.